I'm Andrew Phillips. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a product review. It's a two-part product review on this winter pool cover. Very inexpensive cover that I got online. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you have an in-ground pool like I have here, and you're in a place where you need to winterize it, which obviously I am, pool covers can be expensive. I mean, they can range into the thousands of dollars. And that's why I decided to give this one a shot. I'd seen a lot of stuff online, eBay, Amazon, places like that with these covers, very inexpensive. I got this one here for less than $100. It was $80. However, you do need these water bags that go along the edge to hold it in. And I'm going to show you how you fill those as well. But that's pretty much what holds it down in place. That was the other thing I liked, is I didn't want to be drilling into the concrete and putting those little tabs where you stretch the pool covers on. So that's why I decided to go with this. But I'll have a link down in the description under my products if you want to purchase one yourself. They're very inexpensive, as just mentioned, under $100. But I wanted to see if they were junk, if they really worked. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So let me get some close-ups so we can look at the material. You can see how these bags fit in. You have these little straps, very flimsy though, but they hold them in. But I actually found, because in some cases on mine, I actually stretched some out. I'll show you down this way. I have some because my pool is a custom size. When you buy these covers, these are actually standard size. But what I did in some cases, I just laid this thing right here. And to be honest, because where I live, we get a lot of wind here. And these things have held up very well. I've had this cover on now for about 2 months. And you can see the material actually holds the water because it's not a mesh material. It's a solid type of material, almost like a tarp, but it does have a black film on the other side that we're going to take a look at, which prevents against UV. So we just had a lot of rain over the last few days. You can see the water just stays up here on top. So it doesn't sink all the way through. So that's a good thing, because you don't want sunlight getting through, because then when it's time to open a pool, you could have a swamp under there. So you can see how the water is just laying there. And then coming over here, here's another shot. But I still need to put more water bags that I was saving to put in for this video to show you how it goes. But we need to put one there, one on each side, and then one here on this side. So it'll be a total of 4. And you can see how on mine it's kind of wrinkled up here. And part of the problem is it needs to be stretched out better, because I still need to put the rest of the bags on here. But these things have been in place right here. And what you want to do is you don't want to overfill them, because I live in a place where we're going to get below freezing temperatures soon. So as this expands and freezes, you don't want these bags ripping. So I leave a little bit of space for expansion in there when it does freeze. But as mentioned already, with the high winds that we have here, and we get a lot of wind, this thing hasn't moved at all. I thought this thing was going to flop around and fail, and I was just going to have to put a real pool cover on. But so far, so good. But let me show you with these bags here how you set those up, and then we'll put the other ones in place, and then we'll look at also the material of the cover itself. I'll show you what that looks like. This is how the bags come, and you can order them in various quantities. I'll have links to them as well down in the bottom. But they're folded up. I get the 8-foot long bags. They come in different lengths. And let's see here. Lay this out like that. And then we're going to fill these with water. So let's get this one in place. We'll fill it with water. First thing you want to do is get it in place. And as mentioned here, I had to modify my cover. Normally you would be feeding these through those straps. Bring it all the way down like that. Next, we're going to fill these with water. So we'll pop the first cap off. Pop these off. We're going to bring our hose, just put it in here. We're going to lift it up and just fill it. And you want to raise it like this. Let the water go down into it. And as mentioned already, you don't want to overfill it. So we're going to leave some slack in there in case it freezes up. There we go. but you still want it full enough. You want the weight, because this is holding the cover down. Okay, that's good. Okay, that locks on. Make sure that's all the way down here. Good, good, good. Next, we'll do the other one. Same thing. Raise it up. And these things are pretty sturdy. I'll get a close up. It's a very thick, rubbery material. Okay. Put this one in. And they just clip down like that. And that'll hold it like that. Let me get a close-up of the material. You can see that. It's a very thick, rubbery material. So this thing is tough. It's not flimsy where it's going to rip real easy. And then here's your caps. Once they lock in, they're sturdy. So this one's good. I'm going to go around the pool. I need to put one on each side and one back there, and then we'll be back to look at all of it, and then we'll conclude looking at the material of this. Everything has been put on nice and secure. I have a little bit of an overlap just because of the size of my pool not being a standard size, as we mentioned already. So I had to overlap a little bit because I didn't want to have the gap of no weight bags at all, these water tubes. So that's all done. So let's take a look at the fabric of this here, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll wrap up this first part of this review. As we look here at the cover, you'll also notice that I have it resting on the surface of the pool since I've lowered the water levels below the skimmer to winterize it. That's how you want to do it with this cover. So that way any weight from rain, snow, ice, things like that, it will rest on the surface of the pool. If not, if you have it too high, it could pull the cover down. This is what it looks like when it's not stretched out. So you have this material here. Kind of looks like a tarp material. It is stitched nice on the edges, but it is solid. It's not a mesh to where water and sunlight can get through. And then on the back side, you do have this black. You can see that. They claim that this is some kind of UV protection. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. So the top is this bluish color. It comes in different colors, and then the back side of it that is against the pool is this black right here. And it is stitched, as you can see, and it is solid. You know, you can't see through it like a mesh pool cover, so that's good. And then this is it here all rolled up. Looking at it here, so here it is on the concrete and going down the pool. And you see here, I can push on it. Water's not coming through. So this thing is solid, you know, because normally if it was a mesh, the water would come through. So definitely not coming through, it's underneath. And then as we showed already, you can see we just had rain the other day. And the rain, any debris and junk stays on top. So that'll just have to evaporate with the sun on its own. It will not sink through. So that's good. It's a pretty solid material. So that's what the material looks like. One thing to keep in mind, you cannot walk on your pool, obviously. When you have some of the tension ones, the really expensive ones, those you can walk on, do all that. This you definitely cannot. As you can see here, you can see the water's right there. So you stand on that, this thing's going to go in, it's going to wrap around you. It can be hazardous, but that's what this is here. So what I wanted to do, this is a two-part product review. The first part was just kind of showing you how you install it, how you do these water tubes or water bags to weigh it down. Just wanted to show you the material, show you how it looks on here. We're going to be back in the spring when we open the pool to see how it looks underneath. Is it clear? Does it look like a swamp? What happened? And then that'll conclude the review. So for this first part of the review, that wraps up this review. So I hope it was informative for you, kind of shows you what these are like. I'll have some links down in the products of this video if you want to buy one or if you want to look into it. They're called winter pool covers. They're not mesh pool covers. And as mentioned already, they're very inexpensive. You can get them. This one here, I paid $80 for the cover, and then I paid, I want to say about $40 or $50 for all of these water bags that go around it. As mentioned already, don't have to drill the concrete. Anybody can put it in. You just pretty much stretch it out. You will need someone to help you with it to stretch it out properly. Then you want to place all these bags in place, fill them up with water, put them through these straps, and then you're good to go at that point. Of course, you also want to winterize your pool properly before you do that. You want to lower the levels and clean the lines, all that stuff. If you want to see a video I did on how to install a hose outlet on your pool filter, so that way when you drain the pool to winterize it, I'll have a link across the top down in the description. You can check that out. But as mentioned already, we'll see you guys in the spring for part 2 to conclude this, and we'll see how it did on the pool, and that'll wrap it up. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the part 2 or any of my other videos, and I'll see you next time.